The Business Report brought to you with the compliments of CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
And we're back now with business, and government's program targeting young people on the block, giving them an opportunity to become entrepreneurs, is up and running. The $3 million program was developed as a means to provide a comprehensive community-based social intervention strategy to address the problems of unemployment and incidents of crime and violence. Minister of Youth and Community Empowerment Adrian Ford says that successive governments have tried all sorts of intervention methods, but to no avail. He told youth on the blocks once they put down their weapons, they stand to benefit from the tools of empowerment. And Minister Ford's remarks came during the opening ceremony of the Competency-Based Entrepreneurial Development and Life Skills Training Program at the Bonnets Resource Centre in Britons Hill.
None has seek to redefine the meaning of the block and the culture and the life, and to empower those young people in a special way. So we came up in the ministry, and I said it's my baby because it is something that's very personal to me. It is something I have been doing for the better part of 10 years with something called the Building Blocks Program, where we went in the first stage at every single nook and cranny in Barbados.
And while delivering the entrepreneur remarks, Managing Director of Williams Tools and Equipment Rentals, Troy Williams, shared his success story. He first approached Yes at the age of 15. Mr. Williams decided to be his own boss as he says he was not doing well at secondary school. He encouraged budding entrepreneurs as they face obstacles to keep pressing on.
I've learned more from my failures than from my successes, and I find entrepreneurship is a continuous path of failing and pressing forward, failing and pressing forward. I said, and I told you, well, I summarized my story. Everybody would say it looks glamorous or sounds glamorous, but I must tell you, up to now, there are tremendous hurdles that you go apart, that you go through. But the most important thing is tenacity. You must keep going.
Well, CIBC First Caribbean has again provided a financial injection for the Cherry Tree Trust. The Cherry Tree Trust is a charity that focuses on financially assisting businesses that employ no more than 10 people and whose turnover or revenue does not exceed $500,000. The bank recently presented the trust with $30,000 to support the program, which has been instrumental in the development of a number of small businesses. The presentation ceremony was twinned as a get-to-know session in keeping with the bank's custom of meeting a beneficiary of that trust. Now, the beneficiary on this occasion was the Express Mart Hardware in Thorpe St. James, owned by Aldrin Jordan, who started out by selling newspapers and gas in the same community back in 2017. And it's time now to take a look at how those stocks traded on selected exchanges across our region.
In Jamaica, Stanley Motor Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 5 million units at $5 each, and they were followed by Scotia Group Jamaica Limited and Wisynco Group Limited ordinary shares. In Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad Cement Limited was the volume leader, with 111,529 shares changing hands for a value of $284,171.05, and they were followed by Angostura Holdings Limited and Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited. Right here in Barbados, Epley Caribbean Property Fund SCC Value Fund was the volume leader, trading 1,207,150 shares at 55 cents each, and they were followed by Goddard Enterprises Limited.
When you've thought for a while about owning a new vehicle, there comes the time to take the next step. That's the time to apply for a car loan from CIBC First Caribbean. With low down payments and repayment plans to suit your budget, our car loans adjust to your needs, just like your car does. You want banking that fits your life.
CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
And in international business, what was once a rail yard is now home to New York's newest and most expensive real estate project. Massive public subsidies helped bring about the $25 billion development known as Hudson Yards, which was unveiled on Manhattan's West Side.
1, 2, With a burst of confetti and lots of fanfare, New Yorkers were introduced to the city's newest and most expensive to develop neighborhood. Hudson Yards is anchored by 4 high-rise office and residential buildings, home to an upscale shopping mall, fancy restaurants, and a state-of-the-art cultural center known as The Shed. All surrounding public space and this honeycomb-like structure of some 2,500 interconnecting stairs, known for now simply as The Vessel.
This is public space, and that's our passion. This is space that is free for anyone to come to, and that's the whole point of it.
Construction began in December 2012 on top of still active train yards. The brainchild of a former mayor, Hudson Yards received an estimated $5.6 billion from the city in the form of a brand new subway station and various tax abatements.
Hudson Yards was designed to bring some glamour to what had been a dilapidated neighborhood, The Vessel to be a beacon for tourists and city residents alike. But the political landscape here has changed, prompting critics to question whether or not more high-end retail and office space is really what taxpayers need.
Well, in tonight's edition of Minding Your Business, it's a case of being a special cut above the rest.
Minding Your Business, with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.
This week, we mind the business of a barber. I originally wanted to get a haircut, but I decided that I would give one instead. So I came here to Eagle Hall at the barber's place. No, that's not a dashiki I'm wearing. It's a barber's jacket. I've always believed that I could cut hair. But then again, I guess being able to cut hair and being a barber are two very different things. Kind of like the difference between a picture taker and a photographer. Just follow the signs and you'll find Elvis Corbin, aka the barber, busy at work. Upstairs, the Eagle Hall Market in St. Michael. Talked about the first time he ever cut somebody's hair.
I first got interested in barbering from school. I was a prefect, and we had a function to attend, and one of the other prefects asked me to give him a roundup to make him look sharp for this function. And I wanted to know if he was crazy because I'd never held a razor in my hand before. And then he said it's easy if you can give me a roundup. You can shave some hair off your hand, it's the same thing. So I took the razor and I shaved some hair off of my hand, and I never stopped shaving since.
In fact, Elvis says he continued to cut hair for just about anyone who wanted, friends or family, and not even for money. He just wanted the practice.
I actually went around at different barber shops and stood up and watched all the other barbers and hairdressers and so forth. I actually worked at 2 salons, learning as much as I could learn on my own, to see the different techniques and so forth. That's how we basically got started. And when I think that I had my skills perfected, and I started advertising I was a barber. Well, I started in 2007, but I've closed down and reopened a number of times because business wasn't always good enough for me to take care of all my bills from doing this alone. So I had other jobs to support myself. I've never really had barbering as a one job. I've already done other things. I was in the police force as a special constable. I was a prison officer for 4 years. I work at Cbc Security. I work at a number of places.
Oh, and by the way, if he looks familiar or if his name sounds familiar, he was actually one of the original brothers from the well-known Brothers Barbershop. But this brother has decided to branch out on his own and realize his own dream. He said he was therefore appreciative that the BWU Cooperative Credit Union was able to give him the opportunity he needed to establish his own brand and serve a community that is close to his heart.
I love this area, and I would say that I'm sort of dedicated to this area. It's not just about the barbering, but sometimes I might find somebody that might come into the shop and they might need, somebody to talk to. A lot of youngsters might need somebody to guide them the right way. So that's what I do, as well as cutting here, try to impart some knowledge and share my experiences with someone to see if it can better their lives.
And as the barber gave me a crash course 101 in barbering with Floyd Downs in the chair as my victim customer, he also revealed that, like most barbers, he's always ready to talk and to listen.
I love listening to people's problems. I love sharing my problems with people. I think that that's something that it makes us stronger as people when we do that. If we talk to each other and we share our experiences, maybe mine can help you and yours can help me. That's what I see. So that's what I do along with cutting hair. That's what I do. I try to inspire people, and I am inspired by a lot of the things that people have been through.
Now, with any business, there are some challenges.
The challenges that I have is mainly parking, and it's not visible from the road if someone is driving. So that, I would say that's my biggest challenge, to get people to know that I'm here. That's my biggest challenge.
But despite the challenges, Elvis the barber is committed to tackling them head on as he continues to serve his customers from the youngest to the oldest, bringing a fresh, clean cut to this high-quality barbershop in Eagle Hall, St. Michael. But that's it for this week's edition of Minding Your Business. Also, if you'd like your business to be featured as part of this program, please email info@bwccu.com or call the BW Cooperative Credit Union at 436-5620. So until next time, I'm Ryan Broom. Do have a good evening.
Minding your business with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.